Bring yourself so that your hips are elevated if you like, if that's more comfortable. Take a minute to get yourself settled in a way that you feel like you are supported. And before you even listen for your breath, before you do anything else, just reflect back on the past few days. I know some of you have had some unexpected challenges in the last few days, yet still, we are training our mind to look for that which we can be grateful for. So, what is shining in your mind right now? What are you grateful for most at this moment? It's like making a choice to go right or left. And we're making the choice to go towards the direction of being grounded and grateful. Let that be what is offering you some comfort and direction as you find your breath. Soften your shoulders. Soften your jaw. Gently engage your belly button in and feel as if you're giving yourself just a little lift from the ribs. Notice where your chin is, if it's tucked towards your chest or looking up. Level it out and take your hands to your knees so that you can make your shoulders broaden down. Let's take a few breaths together here. Finding that breath that is in through the nose and out through your nose as if you were exhaling to fog a mirror, but your lips are closed. Inhale. We're intentionally slowing down. Exhale. Recognize that you may take a few breaths to get into the rhythm. Inhale. Pause at the top of the breath. Don't be aggressive. Exhale. If there's space between the breath and the inhale and exhale, just be in it. Breathe in. Drop your mind from everything else except this breath right now. Exhale. Like a feather floating up and down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Take a normal breath in and an open mouth exhale out. Bring your hands together at heart center. And I invite you to recognize that the things that are right in front of us that seem so important, that make us feel like it is so pressing, that if we back up a lot, we back up in space and time, that they are rather minor. And so I invite you today to allow yourself to just be more open and flow, to bring you more clarity and space. Open your eyes, sweep your arms up towards the sky, interlace your fingers and press your palms up towards the ceiling like you're going to lift your arms up out of the sockets of your shoulders. Press up. Good. And then squeeze your belly in. Start to hug your ribs down towards your belly button. Keep your arms where they are and take them out in front of you, rounding through your back, pressing the palms forward. Keep the engagement in your hands if you're able to, as you then start to lengthen your spine. Inhale, lift your arms up above your head, maybe a little bit back, just gently, pressing still through the palms of your hands. 2 more times, we'll do this together. Exhale, round. Like you're spreading open your ribs from the back of your spine, pressing your palms forward, tucking your chin. Inhale, lift. Getting some opening through your shoulders here. Last one. Exhale, round. Push the air out. Push your hands forward. Round your back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Take your right hand to your left knee. Take a big twist, taking your left hand behind your back. Pulling your ribs around towards the left edge of your mat. Feeling that opening through the right side of your body, even in the hip. And try to keep your knees level here. Find your breath. Move on your exhale, come back through center. And we don't need to go fast, so take your time. Like you're going in a way that is cautious and listening. And go the other way. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Take your right knee behind you. And then use the leverage of your hands and your arms to find that twist. Keeping both sitting bones making contact with the mat, using this in the waist. Taking your right shoulder down and back. Good, come back up to center. Walk your fingers forward, take a forward fold just to the degree that you can. Some of you may just have your hands right in front. Press your hip bones back. Some of you may be able to drop your chest a little bit more, still energizing through your tailbone back towards the mat, reaching through your fingers. Take a breath here. Give yourself room to settle on the exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your fingers back in. Let's move to your hands and knees. Come to your tabletop. Start to find your cat-cow, opening up through your spine. And just doing what feels right for your body here. If you haven't been on your mat in a couple days, or you haven't even been on your hands and knees, take your time finding that intention, finding all 10 fingers pressing into the mat, finding this strong arm with elbow, shoulder, wrist. And practice for a moment with me on your arms. Nicole, you may want to be mindful of this if it hurts your shoulder. We're just going to practice rotating your arm bones. So this part is the antecubital space on your elbow. It's where, like, if you're getting blood drawn, right? And see if you can turn it forward and then just rotate your arm bones so then they turn to face each other. Good, Tommy. Turn it forward and turn it to face each other. Nicole, I won't make you start doing sit-ups just yet as opposed to the arm movements, okay? We'll give you a couple minutes. All right, just finding that turn so that you become aware that you have 2 arm bones, right? They're side by side. And then as they come into this elbow, you're able to rotate.
Oh, that's so odd. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, how about that? There you go. So this forward turning elbow is going to give you more pressure, less pressure in your shoulder joints, better support, all right? As opposed to this internally facing elbow is going to put more pressure on your wrists. So we want the forward facing elbow. How about that? All right, good, Terry. So finding that strong forward facing elbow, if you can, push the weight into the knuckle space between your index finger and your thumb and take your right leg back, lift it up right here. Be mindful that your left elbow doesn't start to collapse, so we're strong in both shoulders. Flex your right foot, push that leg up towards the sky. Nicole, if you want to put a block underneath the arm that is not supposed to bear weight and just gently rest the elbow there, you can use your core to still hold you up. Right knee is up. Let's bring that right knee to nose. And exhale it back. Knee to nose. Send it back, driving through the heel. Knee to nose. Send it back. Connect with your breath. Squeeze out. Exhaling as you bring the knee to nose. Breathe in as you extend. Get really long from heel to neck. 3 more times. Push it back. Squeeze. Push it back. Last one. Squeeze. Push it back. Hold. Some of you may want to drop your foot, pressing into your heel. Some of you may be ready to keep that leg lifted. Some of you may be ready to lift your left hand. Find this place. We're getting up off the couch so you're not in the green. That would be like the lounging, watching Netflix level. But we're not in the red like I'm done, I haven't even started. We're in the yellow where you got a little bit of wobble, a little bit of effort, a little bit of, oh, really, do I have to? Lift up your right heel. Good work. Put your left hand down, put your right knee down, drop your hips back, enjoy a big child's pose stretch. Open your knees, drop your chest. Tiptoe your fingers forward. If you feel strain in your shoulders, just drop your elbows. Good, come back to your hands and knees. We'll do the other side. All right, Nicole, if you're gonna do the opposite on your back, that you can do a single leg lift, squeezing that knee to nose with your shoulders elevated. Same thing we're doing, but you're not putting any weight on your arm. All right, friends, on our hands and knees. There you go, good. Turn your elbows forward, so find that rotation of your arms. Keep the weight in your right hand. If your wrist bothers you, just elevate that hand, put it on a block. Good, take your left foot back and lift. Notice how when you lift your leg, just the simple act of lifting your leg requires you to align. Like if you're throwing that leg out to the side, you're collapsing in your left elbow, it becomes much more difficult to stay steady. So here we have to align. So find that alignment towards your center line. Push the mat away through even the outer arches of your pinky fingers. Drive your left heel up with your toes down. And is your knee straight? Are you really pushing through that left heel? All right, our arms are holding us up. Breathe. Good. Some of you may be ready to take your right arm up. And then let's squeeze, adding on this time, bringing elbow to knee if you like. Inhale and exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach, exhale, squeeze. This right hand is optional, so that right hand can stay right on the mat and you can just be moving the leg. Whichever arm is on the mat, be mindful that elbow is pointing forward. Keep going with the leg, good. Squeeze and extend. Squeeze and extend. Push through your heel so it's not just a soft motion. Extend, good, Marco. 2 more. Exhale as you hug your knee in. Inhale, breathe as you push it out. Good, let's all find a minute of balance. Nicole, you stay with that leg lifted. Reach your right hand out. Stay with me, breathe. Reach through your right hand, push through your left hand arm, breathe. Good work, drop your right hand, drop your knees, toes to touch, exhale back. Take a child's pose, get the weight off your hands, reach your arms back behind you. For your heels or just resting lightly on the small of your back or alongside your feet on the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to your hands and knees. We're going to all meet eventually standing up at the top of our mat. Go through your downward dog if your shoulders are okay. Tucking your toes from your tabletop. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Find that length that you feel through the backs of your legs as you're in your upside down V. And then walk your feet to your hands. And we'll all meet standing all the way up at the top of the mat. Good. Find your feet about hip width distance apart. We're going to do some twists. So let's warm up our back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Let this just be about opening through the backs of your legs and through your spine. Let your head hang. Finding this grounding through all four corners of your feet. Hug your belly button in and then roll slowly up. Like you're meeting against some resistance and you're heavy, like you're going through water as you pull all the way up. Get here, tuck your pelvis under, keep that engaged core, inhale, sweep up. Keep your belly button in fully and then fold forward again, pushing your tailbone back, softening your knees, fold. Find a moment there. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times, and your goal is to feel like you're moving one piece at a time. So you're not just folding, like collapsing a piece of paper in half. You're doing it like it's a little accordion, like a piece at a time. Push through your feet, roll up slowly with resistance, one piece at a time. When you get to standing, you drop your shoulders back, pull your pelvis under in line with your ribs, and then gaze up, arms sweep up. And then go back down the opposite way. Tuck the tailbone back, soften your knees, one piece at a time, fold forward. Breathe out. Hang in your fold. Each time you meet that fold, maybe it's right for you to start to straighten your legs a bit, getting more activation through the back of your legs. Last one, push through your feet, one piece at a time. Really grounding, like your feet are leaving an impression in the mat. Roll all the way up. Energetically draw your shoulders down and back and squeeze everything in as you lift up, reach, breathe, exhale, take it all the way back down. Connect your breath, you guys. Right, we can just stand up and fold all day long, but we're doing it so intentionally. Good, big breath in. This time, bring your toes and heels together. A little bit of space between your heels, bringing your toes really closer together. And bend your knees, put the weight back in your heels, then lift your chest, bring your hands to heart center. So we're in a modified chair pose right here. Take those elbows out wide, press your palms to the center of your chest, and press your hips back. Really good, Michaela, nice strong back. Chin is up, set your gaze. Here, we stay with our legs cemented right where they are and start to turn and twist to the right. Some of you may just twist energetically. Some of you may go ahead and try to bring the elbow to the outer right knee. For now, keep your hands just pressing where they are. Good, Terry. A lot of work in the legs. Tailbone is back. A lot of work in your core. Stay with me. Come back up to center. Take a break, forward fold, straighten your knees. Good. Finding that modified chair with our palms the same way again. So we're not standing up, we're staying strong in the legs. Bring your toes to touch, drop your heels. Lift your chest. Press your palms together right towards the center line. Elbows are coming out wide, and I'm really squeezing and trying to think of like hugging my ribs in so I'm not falling forward. Gaze is straight ahead. Good. All right, keeping this. Do you guys feel this in your quads, like your legs are working?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're going to twist the other way. So here we go. We're going to twist the body first, and then some of you may drop your right elbow. You have to get down lower to do that. So the twist, or bringing elbow to knee. Stay with it. If you forgot to breathe, now is good. Breathe. You can breathe even while you're trying. Good. Don't just collapse. Come back up to center intentionally And then you can straighten your legs and fold. All right, if you need a little love on your legs, you can pound out your quads here. Pound out the sides of your legs. Stand all the way up, friends. Let's take a big counter stretch. Take your hands out wide. Step your feet apart. Push your chest back, or lift your chest and push your shoulder blades back as you push your hips forward. Big counter stretch here. And then come back up to center. All right, we're going to add on with the chair prayer twist. So that's what you were doing. It was a chair prayer twist. So bring your feet back to center. Toes to touch, ankles apart. Press your hands together, elbows out. Sit your hips back down. So as soon as you get here, it's like you get into your space. This is your strong space. So when you're strong space, you're not scrunching up your face like shutting the world out. You're not looking all around. Hold your gaze steady and drop into that slow, steady breath. Right? This is how we don't run away. We drop into that slow, steady breath. Hold the gaze. Good. All right. Go with me. We're going to twist to the right. See if you didn't before, if you can. Bending over more, bringing your elbow toward your knee. Good, Terry. All right, we're in this crunched up position. Gently play with expanding the arms. Nicole, be mindful of your shoulder here. You're doing enough just having your hands together. Good. Nice, Chris. Keep the knees in line. Everything's working. Good, Alana. Breathe. Excellent. This time, sweep all the way back up, arms all the way up, chair pose. Belly tight. I know your legs are tired. Mine are tired too, but that's how we get stronger. Bring your hands back together. We twist the other way. Good. Maybe you just twist. Maybe you bring your right elbow towards your knee. Pull your left elbow back, extend, open those arms if you can, even if you're not in contact here with the knee. Good. Open, try to keep your knees in line. Strong legs, belly in, sweep the arms back up, finish strong, chair pose, arms are up. Good work, forward fold. Excellent job, guys. Use the block if you need to keep your hands steady. Step your left toes back. Drop your back knee. Sweep your arms up. Take a big lunge right here. If you're not ready to take your arms up, you can just have your hands down by your sides. Good, Nicole. The way you have your foot forward and you're getting some space, like an angle through this left hip, is exactly what we want to do. So rather than just being straight up and down, like marching position with both legs, scoot your right foot forward a bit and let your body lean in. So I keep the front leg straight. Good, Chris. All right, let's all take our arms up. Gaze up, drop your ribs, drop your shoulders. You can have your arms up, but have your midline centered. Breathe. Good, we're gonna take the same twist. Bring your hands together at heart center. Find the twist, left elbow towards the right knee. Yep. Good, Tommy, you got it. This is part of the fun of making your brain figure out what you're doing, right? All right, so we're here. Breathe, squeeze your glutes, hug your belly in. So it's just a movement of your torso. Come back up to center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, drop your hands to the mat or to the block and really lower yourself into this lizard pose right here. So you've got your block handy or your pillow. You can keep your hands on the block. And just be mindful, really, that your right foot is a little bit out towards the right edge of the mat so that your knee doesn't have the ability to come in towards your chest, but only can go away from your body. So I'm taking that knee away. Breathe here. Find your breath. Keeping your mouth closed, breathe in, breathe out. Oh. Let's start to straighten out your right leg. Walk your fingers back. You can use that block to bring the floor to you if you need an anchor for your hands. And straighten out your right leg. Keep a flat back, but allow your belly to soften towards your right thigh. Toes are up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can tent your fingers on the floor. I'm not putting any weight through those hands at all. They're just keeping me steady here. All this awareness in the back of your leg. All right, let's make our transition to pigeon from here. So right foot comes down, scoot your right heel across, and drop your right knee to your right wrist, really trying not to get that leg just totally tucked up underneath you. Since we started with that big opening through lizard, allow yourself to work towards having your right leg as parallel to the front of the mat as you can. All right, we want space between the right booty and the floor. So put your pillow, your block there. Good, nice flat back as you fold forward. So don't just collapse on me, friends. Go intentionally, like you're lengthening your spine as you fold. You'll feel that makes a pretty dramatic difference. And then close your eyes, breathe here. So I had this book on my bookshelf, Stephen Hawking, like a short summary of, you know, the history of time. And I just started thumbing through it this morning before class, and it's so complex. It was just really amazing. I mean, I was going to share a couple thoughts with you guys, but it's so complex, I could not do that justice. But what it did make me realize is, I know for me, I get all caught up in like what's on my to-do list right now, and what do I have to do today, and what do I have to do tomorrow, and I just think about what's literally right in front of me. And there's space for really great thoughts, but you've got to get away from the minutia. You got to create literally like expansive space. It's phenomenal what the human mind can describe with that space. And I started thinking about him. If you don't know his story, he has cerebral palsy, and I believe it's cerebral palsy, and he's in a wheelchair, and his depth of thought is incredible. Finding that balance between being focused on what's right in front of you and also being able to see the vastness of your potential and of this universe. Big breath in here. Exhale out. Let's gently make your way up out of that pigeon. Your choice, you can just make your way from your tabletop back to a standing position, or sweep that leg back up and go through your downward facing dog, taking this opportunity to take your right leg up towards the sky and open up through that hip. That if you're in down dog with me, bend your knee on your right leg and feel like you're driving the pinky toe side of your ankle up towards the sky and pulling your heel back a little bit. That's kind of like that movement we do before flip dog, just getting opening there, pushing through straight, strong arms. Good, breathe here. Let's all take a walk and meet at the top of the mat. Roll all the way up, slowly breathe in. Reset in your Tadasana, stand up, hug your belly in, take your hands out to the edges of the mat. Notice how you might be becoming a little bit more aligned. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Sweep your arms up and drop your hips back, finding your chair pose. Remember your gaze, your breath, slow and steady, strong in your legs. Belly draws in, bring your hands together to heart center. Let's find our twist to the left. So making that twist, keeping your hips squared. Twist, maybe drop down so your right elbow comes to the outside of your left knee. So we're twisting to the left. Good. Stay strong here, breathe. Dropping your knees, dropping your knees. Good work. I'm going to take you through a challenge. If this is too much and you're not ready for this today, then just, you're going to go back out. Listen to me first. Stand on your left foot. We're going to meet in this twist, but just by stepping the right foot back. So I'm in the twist. Step your right foot back. If you don't like that, come out of the twist and then step your right foot back. We're all in the twist. Good. Now you can drop your right knee. Good work.
Thank you.
Transitions, right? Transitions are harder than the destinations. All right, guys, we all have the twist again, though. Left foot forward, finding that twist, right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Just for a moment here, breathe. Good. Unwind, sweep your arms up towards the sky, and then scoot your left foot forward a little bit and let yourself really lean in. If you'd like to take your hands down and give your shoulders a break, you can just put your hands, palms facing forward by your side, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And you want to have enough space with your left foot. Err on the side of having your left foot forward rather than close to you, so that you have space to just drive both hips straight ahead. Good. Remember, you can always put a little something under your back knee. But to get some of that pressure off of your back knee, you want to really ground down through your left foot. Breathe here. Engage through your chest, make your collarbone wide. Really good, guys. Take a big breath in, reach your arms up. And then exhale, straighten out that leg. Drop your fingers to the floor or to the mat. Hold on, Tommy, not yet. You got to do a lizard first.
He's so keen.
I was trying to catch you. All right, here comes the lizard. Come back to putting weight onto your left foot. Lizards, pigeons, I know. What on earth? All right, left foot on the floor, dropping down here, maybe taking your chest a little closer to the floor. So different than when we were in this lunge, because then we're really holding ourselves up through the waist. Here, you're getting deep into this left leg, deep into this right hip. Use the block, use your pillow, use everything if you need to. Bring your elbows there, breathe. This is quite intense. So it's your breath. Even if you're not in chair pose where you are working hard through your legs, it can still be quite intense. No weight in your shoulders and your hands. If you got white knuckles, you need to like find a different way to soften. Maybe bend your elbows, support yourself with the block or rolled up towel or both. Good, big opening here. Opening things that are very closed takes time. All right, walk yourself back up. Quick, another little hamstring stretch, straightening out your leg, using that block. And then we'll find our way into our pigeon on this side. So putting the weight into your left foot. Scoot your foot across. I know. Not sure which is better, right? Chair pose or going through this stuff. Here we go. Left foot is coming across. So I've got my left heel aiming for my right wrist. Space between my left booty and the floor. Support that space. It's good to have that space. And then be mindful that you're folding forward with as long of a back as you can, as opposed to just collapsing straight down. Find length as you fold forward. You can drop to your elbows. You can use these props. So roll everything up that you've got. Create leverage of the floor to you. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. I appreciate you finding your way to your mat today. For you guys in particular, I appreciate you doing that again and again. It's frustrating to me when I see people who are like, oh, I'm going to do that. And then the commitment of actually showing up doesn't happen. And I feel like you're missing something. You're missing like such a great opportunity for yourself. But you know the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So I appreciate your personal commitment of making this space, prioritizing all the other things you have going on to be here right now. Slow down your breath. Even if this is extremely intense through your left hip, let your breath be steady. And then let's start to come out. Lift your chest. Move your props out of the way. And you can just sweep back to a tabletop or sweep that leg back and up, lifting your knees, finding your downward facing dog with your left leg up towards the sky, kind of moving that leg around. If you're in down dog with me, bend your left knee and then kind of pull your left hip up to the sky so you're putting more weight on your right foot, peeking underneath your left armpit. Oh, good. Bring that foot down. Good work, friends. Lift up to your tippy toes, shift forward. Nicole, skip the high plank and go straight to your belly. Everybody else, come to your high plank. Stay with me in your high plank. Push the mat away. Straight arms, belly tight, knees engaged. You guys are rocking it. Good job. Everybody lower down really slow. Slow as you can. Even if you drop your knees, lower all the way down. Rest. Good work. Soften everything down onto the mat. Take your hands down beside you, palms down. Just rest your chin, your forehead, or your cheek to the mat. Breathe here. Bring your toes to touch. Let your hands press into the floor as you lift your chest, pressing your hands down, and slightly lift your toes, bringing your feet together. Good. Be mindful that you're not cranking up through your neck. Just keep your gaze neutral down. Now, nice and controlled, lower all the way down softly, softly. Rest the other cheek to the mat. We're going to do that again, but this time I want you to bring all your awareness to your glutes. So recognizing that you have these big muscles in your butt, that's your glutes, and those help to stabilize your hips and support your spine. So use your glutes to support your lower back. Hug those glutes in. Squeeze, squeeze. Lift your shoulders, squeeze the glutes, lift your toes. Extend through your feet. Press your hands into the floor to really engage through your shoulders and your back. See if you can lift all the way up to your kneecaps. You're really getting very long here through your lift. Really good. And lower all the way down. Drop the opposite cheek to the mat. You can relax your glutes, relax your knees, let everything rest for a moment. All right, we're doing it one more time. This time you have the option to also lift your hands up off the floor. That's up to you. So it's important though that you're using your glutes and your core, not just the back. So we're really activating. If I could like highlight the muscles on your body, I would have like the whole back, the front, the waist, and the glutes and legs all active here. So we're doing that. Hands are down. Bring your toes together. Engage through your glutes and start to reach through your fingertips and lift your shoulders. Let your hands float if you like. Let your feet float and push your pelvis down into the mat so you lift all the way through your kneecaps and your thighs if you're able to. Reaching, good. Straight arms, point those feet, breathe, everything engaged. Good, bend your elbows, make a little cushion for your head and lower all the way down. Bend your knees and get some stress out of your back, just tossing those feet side to side. Good job, guys. Let's do floor bow while we're here. Do Sphinx pose first, elbows on the floor, hands flat on the mat. Lift your chest. It's just a nice release for your back. Take a few breaths here. Really notice that your shoulders are stacked right over your elbows. All right, lower down. We'll do one leg at a time to start, and I'll give you the option to do both. So finding some support through your left arm, reach back for your right heel. And then find a way to lift. So some of you may take your left arm more out in front, press your palm through the floor, kind of like seal pose. If you remember, that's the extended arm. Lift your chest, press through your left hand. That's it, Chris, perfect. Flexing your hand in your heel. Some of you may need more support closer to your body and just be kind of holding on to this heel. Breathe, push the foot a lot. So create this resistance, getting a good strong straight arm, and you'll feel that more through your quad if you push your right heel into your arm. Good, exhale, lower. And switch, put your opposite arm down. Find that stability first. Reach your left hand for your left ankle. Take it a little bit at a time. Find the ankle first. Flex your foot and then create that resistance. Your ankle is pressing into your hand, making your arm straight. Then some of you may extend your right hand a bit, push off on the floor. If you are able to lift your thigh just a millimeter off the floor on the left leg by pushing into your left hand, you'll feel more of activation through your quad. Good, exhale, lower. All right, option to do both feet. It's up to you. If that's not right for you, you can just take a rest here. You could roll over onto your side and do this one at a time to kind of get the same opening and do that instead. Or you can try, so bend both knees. Lift your chest, reach back for both ankles. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Create that same resistance and lift. Be mindful of your back. So you may be feeling your back, like your low back muscles, because you're using those. Hug those glutes in. Use your arms. Good, breathe. Nice, really slow. Everybody lower all the way down. Release your feet. Good work. push up through your hands and take yourself back to a puppy dog pose. This is for your puppy, Nicole. Huh. Puppies who eat terrible things. Drop your hips back, but keep your arms forward. So your butt is more up in the air. So child's pose, we bring our hips back to our heels. In this stretch, we have our arms forward, booty up in the air, and it's like you're dropping your armpits towards the floor. Good. Come back up to your hands and knees. Take a couple cat-cows here. Wag your tail side to side. All right, what are we working on in September, y'all?
Shoulders and arms.
Yes. And specifically, the poses that we're kind of practicing this month, everyone's favorites, right? Okay, I know you didn't forget over the weekend, y'all. Come on.
Oh, that's like,
Side plank, thank you.
oh, that's magic.
Okay, you just don't want to do it, but I know you didn't forget. Flip dog and side plank, right? Okay,
You're right.
Nicole, and Nicole is working on, Nicole, you're working on a hollow rock, which looks like this. All right? Yes, okay. All right, friends. We've been through the modifications. You guys are all like aware of that. So I'm gonna give you the option. You can use the modification, which is awesome because it's only September 7th, right? Yes, and so we have 23 days to go. So modification, your hand will stay on the block and you'll stay on your hands and knees. You'll flip your dog this way. Not modification, I'll walk you through it and we'll go from our downward facing dog. No judgment either way. Do what's right for you and your body right now. I'm going to go through down dog. If you're setting yourself up with the block or on your knees, you're on your hands and knees, both hands on the floor. No matter where you are, lift your left leg, bend your knee. Good. Push the weight into your left hand and your left foot as you start to drop your right foot back behind you. Feet turn to face 12 o'clock. Reach up with your right hand. If you're doing the modified, remember, you're doing the same thing. Get this awesome opening through your body right here. Pushing the weight on your left hand or on the block takes a little weight out of your wrist. All right, meet me there. Good. Everybody come back around. Rest. Nicole, when I say rest, then you get to rest. And then when we're doing it, you stay in your hollow body hold, okay? All right, other side, right hand can be on the block. This is the block version. Take your left leg up. It's gonna drop back and reach your left arm up. Oh, feels so good. All right, or from down dog. So choose where you're gonna be, do it with me. I'm in down dog. If you're on your knees, keep your right knee down. Everybody, left leg up. Bend your knee. Here we go. Weights on the right hand. Drop that foot back. Strong arm, push your hips up. Let your left hand reach back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Good. Controlled. Come back around. Knees on the mat. Rest. Get the weight off your hands. There you go. Good. All right. Less kerfluffle than before. So that's exciting, huh? All right. Sit up right here. Nicole, you don't have to sit up, but you can do the finger stretches on your wrist. Right palm up. Take the fingers down. And take a straight arm out in front, Terry. Try that. See, because then you'll get more into this part if you're able to. Take a straight arm. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. And then switch hands. If you're on your hands and knees, put your hands on the mat so your wrists are forward and your fingers are towards you and rock back and forth a little bit here. Nicole, you can just do some circles with your wrists there. All right, friends. Two options. Option one, from your hands and knees. Nicole, you're going to do scissor flutter kicks while we're in side plank, okay? All right, from your hands and knees, this is your modified side plank, kind of like your flip dog. Extend your right arm out, right leg out, and take your right arm up, lift that leg. This is your modification, really strong through this leg, strong through the core, all right? Or from plank, drop your heels and turn to your side plank. Look at how straight my arms are, all right? Do you see that I'm like a post with the arms? So that's what's really important for the side plank. Ready? Okay, Terry? Okay, all right, so if we're doing the modified, let me start you through the modified first. Extend your right foot back and then just roll onto the big toe side as you peel your hip up, right arm up, good and strong. Lift your right leg just a little bit, really strong through that leg and glute, good. All right, some of you already went all the way there, so if you need a rest, careful, Mirko, go back to a rest. If you haven't done your side plank yet and you want to try, from your high plank, belly engaged, strong left arm right under the shoulder, drop your heels to the left. Same thing, just like in the modified. Good. Peel your right arm up towards the sky. Good work. That's it. Good, Nicole. Keep fluttering. Put that arm down. Child's pose. Rest. Nicole, you get to rest too. So alignment is really key. When you're balancing your weight on one arm or one leg like that, just like if you're staying on the one leg, the alignment is really important, right? If my arm is out front and then I'm trying to balance here, then I'm shearing on this joint. I have to make sure that my arm is right underneath the shoulder, all right, in that post. All right, if you're toast, do the modified just to open up that other side. So from hands and knees, here we go. If you're modifying, left leg out, left arm up to the sky, lift. Otherwise, here we go. From your high plank, drop those knees to the right, strong right arm. Left hand up towards the sky, breathe. Good work, guys, come back around. Cross your ankles, come off your wrists. Lay down on your back. Yay! Good job. Plug your knees into your chest. Yay! Oh. Rock a little bit side to side. Take a couple breaths here. And hopefully, you know, when you break stuff down little bit by little bit, it becomes more attainable than when we just have to think, oh, I'm going to do this big thing. Put your feet on the floor and then slide your legs out long. Extend your arms up above your head. Just take a moment here in a big stretch. We have time for a quick twist on each side. Keeping with our theme of twists, bring your right knee to your chest. Take a supine twist, turning your right knee towards your left hip, keeping your right shoulder on the floor. And that's the thing, y'all. Like if I said, okay, do side plank and flip dog, like you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. It's too hard. It's not me, whatever the reasons are. You break it down, right? Start somewhere. Start with something. Start with lifting your leg. That's your starting point. Just break it down. You start just by lifting your leg on your hands and knees. Doesn't matter how fast you get there. Doesn't matter like what your level of perfection is. Let's switch legs. Release your right foot. Oh, extend that leg long. Draw your left knee to your chest. Supine twist the other way. Pull your left knee over to your right hip. I know when I get so excited about things I want to do, and then I have to pace myself. Okay, break it down, because otherwise it just gets too overwhelming, and you might not get started at all, or you might just run right off the tracks. Each of you showed up tremendous today. Thank you. Come back up to center. Set yourself up for your final rest, whatever feels good for you. You can support maybe bent knees with your block or your blanket. Support your head and your shoulders with your pillow. Put your feet up the wall. Just find a place where you are able to be restored. Get there and breathe. Here's to not being perfect. Here's to just trying. Gently come out of your position so that you can start to make your way as slowly as you like up to a seat. Maybe keeping your eyes closed the whole time. Taking a little inventory of how you feel both in your body and in this space up here in your mind. I deeply appreciate our connection. Bring your hands together to heart center. And I invite you to close your practice today by offering gratitude externally, intentionally, to the other people who support you in your life. Both those that you know well and those that you don't. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.